Hello, ho, 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 and welcome to this Christmas seasoned Filmfaker's commentary with your friends from Superliminal Films. I am Dan, and with me here is
Maxa Claus.
Max Claus. We are going to be taking you through the final sequence from the uh, available on YouTube public domain Christmas classic Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Those of you who've
You
been
know, it's
following us for a while will remember when we did this on Poor Man's Process Christmas episode several years ago, and now we're here to talk about it again because we cannot seem to escape this flaming garbage heap of a film.
that's right. If we're gonna deal with a crappy holiday, we're gonna deal with a crappy holiday movie.
I'll give you that one. Oh, so I've got it queued up 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 1 second, and we'll be going until basically the end. So, those of you who are following along at home, again, if you want to watch the whole movie and wait for this sequence, it is freely available on YouTube. So
That's right.
you can queue it up that way. Let's get into it, Max.
Let's do it.
And we are going to go now. This movie's not good.
It's a really, really cheap grab at being a kids movie,
Mhm.
and basically the only thing they had going for it at this point in time was that it was in color.
And that Santa Claus does look like a fantastic Santa Claus. I will give him that. Throughout the entire film, he looks great.
He looks great. His voice is miserable.
Oh yeah, voice is not good, and the sets look like they were made for less than a nickel.
That's part of the problem is like the Martians, if you will, and we'll see them in a second, are men painted really poorly green with green helmets and green like onesies and just
There
the
they are.
spaceship stuff. It's all so like just bad, like just no thought put into it. Even the camera work is nothing. It's just one shot. They don't ever use really master shots. They just picked an angle to put the camera at, and occasionally it'll move. But
Hmm.
that's about it until a little later into the scene when now they've planned out for the toys to attack this evil alien with a mustache. And
That's how you
this is
know he's
about
evil.
this is like the craziest the camera work gets in this whole entire film
And it looks
is
like some
during this
handy
portion.
cam shit. It really like just looks like something you'd see from like somebody's backyard family film and laughing idiot Santa Claus throwing stuff around.
Yeah, it's real bad. It's just, I mean, it's a cash grab film, and they really didn't put a whole lot of care into how it was done. I don't know the budget or how many days they had in production, but I can't imagine the budget's high, and I can't imagine they had many days in production because it's just shot like run and gun as it gets.
Mhm. This sequence had to be fun as anything to film though, because it's just like kids messing around with toys and just like running. Like being one of the kids on this set had to have been amazing.
Oh, it would have been, yeah, it would have been great.
It's like here, we're gonna put you in like normal kid clothes. We're gonna paint you green, and you just need to like be weird with toys at this creepy, probable pederast adult.
It's It's crazy. It's such a bizarre movie. It's just a great idea that was just handled in the laziest possible fashion.
Hmm.
So it's like the idea is so endearing. I mean, I would this is a movie I wouldn't mind seeing attempted to be remade
Yeah,
because the idea really is like when I first heard it, I was like, this is an actual film.
this is a thing people paid money to make.
Right. And my first exposure to it was somebody mentioning the episode of MST3K that did this.
That's a very classic MSD3K episode.
And so I just was snowed that this is a real thing, and I watched it, and I was just like, "Man, this is awful,"
And
and
like
just
these are real actors. Like these are people that got paid to do this for a
well,
living.
perhaps
Well,
supposedly they got paid.
yeah, and supposedly it was their living. But
That's right.
like it's they just and it's just you're right, it's so poorly shot. Like the cuts are lazy. It's just like do
Well,
do do.
it's not like we're cutting to a close up from a medium shot. We're cutting from a medium shot to a medium shot to a medium shot.
Yeah.
Like it's just crazy. Once like that move there was one of the best camera moves in the whole thing.
And this little tiny dolly in. It's like they
Yeah,
had like a 6-inch dolly and like we're totally gonna use this.
I just feel like the cameraman had a monopod and he leaned it forward and
And
backward.
that late cut on Santa Claus or early cut, depending, because he's only like halfway out of the frame. He's
Hmm.
just like Santa is moving, and we're done.
Yeah, we have to hurt. We need something to like. We just had him rocking because we needed a way to get him into frame.
Yeah.
And just it's you know what I mean. It's just all so lazy and just it just that's what makes it bad. It cheapens this whole experience, what could be a really endearing, kitschy idea for a holiday movie.
Hmm.
And instead of really going for it, they just like this is the sloppiest, laziest attempt we can make. Who cares? Because parents and kids will go see it because it's a holiday family Christmas movie.
In the 50s, when that was like, we made, there weren't a dozen of them every year. There was like one every dozen years.
That's right. Yeah, 1964.
Yeah, here's some fare for your children.
Yeah,
I should
it's
ask my mother if she saw this movie when it came out, because she would have been of an age to have appreciated it.
right, right. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the first movies. Again, they're like the poster advertises it in like space blazing color.
Yeah, that's absolutely wonderful. Also, this Martian Santa Claus outfit is several different kinds of ridiculous. The laugh. The tall dad alien laughing and thrusting his crotch out like he was never
Yeah,
told how to laugh, or it was like, look weird because you're a Martian. I would
that's right.
like the director on this picture had to have just been probably on drugs. It was the
I was gonna
60s.
say, I was gonna say drunk, so we're on the same page.
Yeah, it was the 60s. So, but again,
That's right.
all of the shit things we've been saying, that Santa Claus is amazing. Like,
He's
he's got
look
the
wise, yeah,
yeah, he looks like every Coca-Cola advertisement Santa Claus you've ever wanted to see. And
and that's
it's
what we want in our Santa Clauses.
he's the only bright spot in an otherwise dim pile of garbage.
Absolutely. Look at this spaceship, baby.
Look at that miniature shot.
Oh my god, it's abysmal.
Straight out of classic Star Trek. And here is a star field because we want to remind you this took place on Mars.
Oh, it's so and like just like it cut there. They didn't even have enough to just keep it
Yeah,
running. They had to
yeah.
cut.
And
Like,
then
oh man,
creepy low opacity Santa Claus.
that's right. Nothing's creepier than low opacity.
And then fade out to the Mars, the moon, the I don't really know.
Generic space stuff.
Yeah, that's like generic close up of somebody's nostril.
It's real bad. I think there's America on that moon. I think they just repainted a picture of the globe.
They may very well have. They may very well have. Oh boy.
Cheap end to a cheap film.
Yeah, that was certainly a movie.
That's
That
right.
certainly existed as a film.
Merry frackin' Christmas, you Cylons.
Indeed, Merry Christmas. We've conquered the Martians. We've conquered Christmas. Make sure you check us out, superliminalfilms.com, anywhere that the words superliminal and films can be found together. And make sure you check out our newest product, Did You See, the podcast that features myself and Max and comes out every Monday, where we talk about stuff that we think is cool and we hope the other has seen. Signing off, Merry Christmas.
Adios.